Let's get some custom colors into our Desmos 3D projects, including gradients and heat maps. We'll go to desmos.com/3D to get started. Let's go ahead and start off with a cylinder, and I'm gonna do x squared plus y squared. And I want to fill it in the middle, so I'm going to go less than or equal to 4 again. It's interesting because this is really just this circle now, less than or equal to 4. This is really just the circle now, but I'm going to extend it in 3D by clicking this box here. I also don't want to look at the full cylinder. I'm going to restrict the domain for our z values, those vertical values, to go just from 0 to 5. So after the 4, I'm going to put my curly brackets, and I'm going to put in 0, less than z, less than 5. I'm also going to change the view just a little bit so it's easier to view. Let's change that z-axis so it just goes from -2, say, to 6 here. I also want to get rid of the xy plane. Okay, I want to create some shading here, and we're going to do that with the HSV color values. H is for hue, and it goes from 0 to 360 degrees as we move around that color wheel. S is for saturation, which goes from 0 to 1 or 0 to 100%. And V is value, also ranging from 0 to 1. So I'm going to define, let's just do C1 is equal to, and I again want to do HSV, parentheses. Remember that H can go from 0 to 360 because it's our color wheel. So I'm just going to choose, let's choose 30. Comma 1, comma 1. So that's giving me an orange color. What I really want to do though is to define this so the color changes based on my z. So instead of 30, let's go 30 times our z values. Remember, z runs from 0 to 5. So 30 times z would run from 0 to 150. And notice how it's running from the red to the green. Let's change the color of our cylinder. I'm going to click and hold on that color circle, and it's giving me that gradient option now. So many different things that I can do to change this. If I wanted to say instead start at another color, where's my color wheel? So if I instead wanted to do this with the blues to the purples, I could start this with 180 plus. So it's really doing this parametrically based on our z value. Now I also want to do this with the heat map. So it's kind of sort of interesting with our cylinder here, but it's really useful if we use it in terms of a heat map to show us elevation. Let's clear both of these, and we're going to do that HSV again. Let me get that Gaussian bump. So the Gaussian bump, I'm just going to copy this and paste it in, Control V. So here is my Gaussian bump, and I'm going to go right back to my original view there. So you can see, and it's really hard to tell with a single color, but you can tell that I've got this bump right here, and the bump must be there at 2, and it is otherwise flat as we come down to the XY plane. But I want to put a heat map on this one. So to put that heat map on here, I'm going to define a color. So I'm going to say C1 is equal to, and we're going to go HSV, but I want to define this parametrically now. So if I do 125 plus 25z, and I worked on this ahead of time, comma 1, comma 1. It's giving me a heat map that goes from green to blue. Let's go ahead and put this on our graph. And I've got the green where I want it, but I really want it to be red up on top. So as I played around with the increments of z, I found that 125 on the z worked really well. So now we've got this heat map where the highest elevation is red and the lowest elevation is green. I'd love to know how you use colors in Desmos. I'll see you for the next video.